Hey everyone, welcome back to the Oceanic Dental's Edit, the podcast where we take the science of dentistry, mix it with real life stories, and keep it all short, sweet, and actually fun to listen to. I'm your host, Sarah, and I'm here with Bruce.
Hi everyone, I'm Bruce, and happy early holidays.
Okay, today we're diving into the research on something that affects us all, a dental diet. You know how what you eat and drink really impacts your smile. And look, this isn't about banning your favorite foods, it's about understanding the science, empowering you.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating here, I think, is exploring that microscopic world inside your mouth, the chemistry and biology happening literally every day, because understanding the why, that can actually make changing habits much easier.
That's a really important point. Okay, so first up, our researchers draw a key distinction, don't they? Not all tooth discoloration is the same. You've got extrinsic stains. These are the ones on the surface, right? On the enamel.
Exactly, caused by pigmented stuff, chromogens. And these are what your diet and, good brushing and flossing can actually manage.
Okay, extrinsic on the outside. What about the other kind?
Right. Then there's intrinsic discoloration. That's the actual color of the dentin, the layer inside your tooth. Things like age, maybe some medications, or even trauma can affect this. Diet doesn't touch it. You need professional treatments for that.
Gotcha. So for the extrinsic stains, the ones we can influence, what makes them stick? You mentioned a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, it's like this. First, you have chromogens. These are intensely colored molecules. Think red wine, coffee, berries. They want to bind to this natural protein film on your teeth, the acquired pellicle. It's like a microscopic Velcro strip.
Okay, so the color molecules stick to the pellicle.
But then tannins found in things like tea and, again, red wine, they act like a primer. They essentially make that pellicle surface even stickier, making it much easier for the chromogens to grab hold and, stay there.
So it's a combination effect. That makes sense. And you mentioned the enamel. Our sources talk about this constant battle happening, right? The mineralization versus remineralization.
It's a constant tug of war, exactly. Demineralization is basically an acid attack. When your mouth's pH drops below roughly 5.5, maybe from acidic foods, drinks, or even bacteria munching on sugar, minerals start dissolving out of your enamel. It makes the tooth surface softer, more porous, vulnerable.
Vulnerable to cavities and I guess stains too?
Yes, precisely. And vulnerable to stings because it's rougher and stickier. But then thankfully, there's remineralization. Your saliva is the hero here. It neutralizes those acids, and crucially, it redeposits minerals like calcium and phosphate back into the enamel, hardening it up again.
So saliva is key.
Absolutely key. Which brings us to those tricky drinks. Like coffee or red wine, they're often acidic and dark. So the acid softens the enamel, creating that perfect sticky surface, and then bam, the chromogens and tannins pile on. It's a bit of a double whammy.
Okay, my morning coffee is definitely looking different now. But it's not all bad news, is it? What about foods that actually help our teeth?
Definitely not all bad. There are some great natural allies. We got crunchy foods, apples, carrots, celery. Their texture acts like a sort of gentle scrub as you chew. Plus, all that chewing stimulates saliva flow, which, as we said, is your mouth's natural defense system.
Nature's toothbrushes? I like that. Anything else?
Well, pineapple has an interesting enzyme called bromelain. It seems to help break down that protein pellicle layer we talked about, making your teeth less sticky for stains, essentially.
Pineapple. Who knew?
And then there's dairy, cheese, milk, plain yogurt. They're fantastic. They're packed with calcium and phosphates for remineralization. They also have casein protein, which can bind to tannins, kind of neutralizing them. And cheese specifically is great at helping to bring your mouth's pH back up after eating. That's why, cheese after wine isn't just tasty, it's actually smile smart.
Cheese and wine, finally, some good news for indulgences. But okay, let's be real. Many favorites are challenging. Coffee, tea, red wine, we know they've got the chromogens, the tannins, and the acidity. And don't forget, sodas, sports drinks, even the diet ones are super acidic, right?
Extremely acidic. And a really crucial point from the sources is how you consume them. Sipping on that acidic drink over like an hour, that just prolongs the acid attack massively.
Right, constantly bathing your teeth in acid. Okay, here's something I found really interesting in the sources. It's about brushing. There's a specific timing thing.
Yes, it's so important and often misunderstood. The golden rule is wait 30 to 60 minutes to brush after having acidic foods or drinks.
Wait.
Why wait?
Because remember, the acid softens your enamel. If you jump in and brush right away while it's soft, you're literally scrubbing away tiny layers of your tooth surface. You're physically removing enamel.
Wow. Okay, so you need to give your saliva time to work first. Exactly. Give saliva time to neutralize the acid and start that remineralization process, hardening the enamel back up. A good habit is to just rinse your mouth with plain water right after you have something acidic, and maybe use a straw for cold staining drinks to bypass the front teeth a bit.
Simple tips, but potentially make a big difference. Now, a quick but really vital warning seems necessary here about some DIY trends.
Oh, yes. Please be careful. Those natural whitening hacks you see online, like strawberry and baking soda pastes, or rinsing with lemon juice or apple cider vinegar. Dental authorities strongly advise against these. They are incredibly abrasive and corrosive. You risk permanently damaging your enamel, causing sensitivity, and ironically making your teeth look more yellow in the long run because the underlying dentin shows through.
Ouch. What about activated charcoal? That's everywhere.
Yeah, the evidence just isn't there to prove it works, and dentists worry it's potentially way too abrasive for regular use. Better to stick with proven, safe methods.
Okay, good advice. So let's bring it all together. What are the realistic expectations here? What can diet and hygiene actually do versus professional whitening?
That's the key distinction, right? Diet and good habits, brushing, flossing, rinsing, they manage those extrinsic surface stains. They help prevent new stains and keep your teeth looking naturally brighter through, like, good maintenance. Think of it like this. Your diet and hygiene keep your car clean and polished day to day.
Where I could polish.
Professional whitening, using bleaching agents, that actually changes the intrinsic color inside the tooth. That's the significant shade shift. That's like getting a whole new paint job for your car. It's a different process targeting a different thing. And it's important to remember, things like veneers or crowns, they won't whiten with these treatments.
Great analogy. So the big takeaway seems to be that these small, informed daily habits, they really can add up to protect and brighten your smile naturally.
Absolutely. Which maybe leads to a good question for you to think about. Considering all this, what's one small habit you might realistically change starting today? Maybe it's waiting that 30 minutes after your coffee before brushing, or adding that apple finisher to your lunch. Just knowing the science behind that daily battle in your mouth.
That's a perfect challenge, something concrete to take away. Keep exploring that curiosity and join us next time for another episode of the Oceanic Dental's Edit. Expert takes on smiles, health, and confidence.